Welcome back to another episode of the Mackenzie Method. In this episode, you'll be learning about a lot of U.S. history factual information that happened during these time periods of the 1960s, such as the hardship faced in immigration and minorities, and also poverty in the Americas. And also later this episode, I'll be talking about the Paucero program and what is the Paucero about. And right now, my assistant is going to be talking to you about termination policies.
California, bienvenidos a California. California, bienvenidos a California.
In 1953, the federal government announced that it would give up its responsibility for Native American tribes. This new approach, known as the termination policy, eliminated federal economic support and discontinued the reservation system and distributed tribal lands among the individual Native Americans.
Oh, what's up, guys? I'm Peter Cunha. Now, it may not seem like it, but in the 1960s, poverty was a huge problem in America. Despite the portrait painted by popular culture, life in America did not represent the American dream that we all dream about ourselves because we're American, right? Okay, so let's move on. 1 in 4 families lived in poverty, below the poverty line even. The poverty line was set to show what was the absolute minimum a family could live at. And you know what? 1 in 4, 25% of America was not there. Now, the poor included elderly, single mothers, and even minority groups such as Latin Americans, African Americans, and Native Americans. Over to you, Jesse.
California,
Thank you, Peter. Hi, I'm Jesse, and we're going to be talking about the urban renewal. So what that's about, it's pretty much African Americans, Latin Americans, and even Native Americans. So what they lived in the slums, which was the low of the low, very poor, a place you do not want to be at. And so somebody needed a solution for this young man, something that will help. And so the National Housing Act of 1949 passed, and I quote, a decent living condition for all American families. And so they passed this to help men like Johnny live in a better society.
Well, in America, we learn a lot of things, but particularly what I'm going to talk about today is about the Paucero program. What it was basically when Mexicans came to America to work on the fields for the Americans. But the thing was, after a couple of years, the Americans tried to kick them out back to Mexico, but many of them stayed legally. And now I'm passing back to myself in the learning center. Oh, thank you for watching another episode of the Mackenzie Method. Hopefully you guys learned a lot and will share what you have learned to your teacher. And also, let me make a real quick announcement that you guys should do. You guys should sign up for the blood drive, because remember, every pint of blood saves up to 3 lives. And we want to save lives in America. And also, thank you for watching.
Release the brainstorm to make your motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kinda lyrical. Biggie the bastard, so that's kinda spiritual.